Hi, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library. Coming to you this afternoon with a book review over a book I just finished. I got a chance to sit down this morning for a pretty long period of time and got to just read. It was a wonderful, wonderful morning. And I was reading The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. And if you have never heard of this book, you need to find it. This was a fabulous, fabulous book. It was about 288 pages long. Like I said, by Jeanette Walls. There's the author right there. It's a memoir of her childhood. This book comes from Scribner Press. It's out of New York, and it was printed in 2005. It's, as it said, it was on the New York Times bestseller list. They made a movie out of it. I cannot remember who played the girls. Woody Harrelson played the dad in the movie. It was a really good movie, which is part of the reason why I picked up the book. We found this the other day at a book haul when we were out at Wiseman's and paid, I don't know, this might have been a 50-center. As a matter of fact, I think it was. Paid 50 cents for it, and I'm telling you what, this was worth every penny of it. It was just a great book. Like I said, a memoir. Jeanette Walls goes back, she says in the introduction that she was talking with her husband, and her husband said, the life you lived as a kid was very abnormal, and you need to write a book about it. And so she did write a book. She wrote a very, very good book. I don't read a whole lot of memoirs, but I definitely would recommend this one. She goes back into her childhood, and she grew up in California, Nevada, Arizona area, and they were just, the family was just, it was poverty at its worst. I thought that when I was growing up, I had some challenges when I was a kid, and my challenges were nothing compared to what Jeanette Walls went through. And the book was really good. You felt like you knew her, that you felt like that, as she goes along her journey, you go along with her, and you really feel bad for her. You feel sorry. But Jeanette Walls, as she's writing this, doesn't make it sound like she wants you to feel bad for her. She writes this in just kind of a matter-of-fact way. It is what it is. This was life, and this is how I dealt with it. And it talks about her, and she's got a couple sisters and a brother, and they'd started out on the West Coast in Southwest United States, and they lived, in the dry desert, and she's got plenty of stories about what life was like living in the mining towns in Arizona. And then the family comes across some legal issues. There's the kids are playing with a gun, and there might be some trouble with the law. And the family up and moves. They move back to the dad's parents in West Virginia, and it's a mining town, a coal mining town. And I don't want to tell you too much because I don't want to ruin the book, but I mean, it is poverty at its worst. And she tells a very sad story. Her dad was he's a drunk. He can't hold down a job, or doesn't want to hold down a job. Maybe it's kind of a combination of the two. Her mom had a teaching degree, but she didn't like teaching. And she thought of herself as an artist and did not want to try to hold down a job. So they've got, there's the 4 kids, and neither parent wants to try to hold down a regular job to provide food, provide warmth, provide clothes, provide every essential that a kid needs. And she just talks about everything that she goes through when she's a kid. And I'm sure there's probably stuff she even left out. But this book is, I thought it was wonderfully done. It's very fast paced. I read most of it this morning. I'm sure the normal readers, I'm a slow reader, so normal readers would probably be able to take it out in a couple less hours than what I did. Like I said, it was only 288 pages, but her story is very inspirational. She comes out of poverty, and they get her sister moved to New York, and then she follows, and then the brother follows, and then the youngest sister follows, and they all end up living in New York, and she uses her God-given talents to, pull herself out of poverty. And it wasn't a feel sorry for me story. It was, how do I not get stuck in that rut myself? I mean, she sees the mistakes of her parents, and she does not want to commit those same mistakes. And I found it very, very inspirational. I thought it was a very good book, and I would recommend this to anybody. If I was rating it on a 5 out of 5 stars, I would actually give this a 5. I think it's that good. So if you like memoirs and you like what turn out to be feel-good books, you're probably not going to feel good through most of the book, but at the end you'll end up feeling good. If you like those type of books, I would recommend Jeanette Walls's The Glass Castle. So if you like this review, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to talk about the book, please leave comments down below. As always, happy reading.